what would happen if the Street Fighter series had done this whole team thing? Is we're going to break down what the teams for the Street Fighter tournaments are going to look like. Had Street Fighter actually gone with the team format, so like, okay, well that would be interesting. Well, which one are we going to do? And then I was like, well, we'll do all of them. And then I was like, that's a lot of games. But it's not, because canonically there are only 4 tournaments in the Street Fighter series. The original Street Fighter is a tournament set up by Sagat. That's one. The Alpha series does not have a tournament in it. The Alpha series is just a bunch of people beating each other up on the streets and talking to each other. Stuff happens in the Alpha series, but it's mostly them wandering around doing stuff. Oh, you're this person, let's fight. Okay. That kind of thing. You don't get an actual tournament until Street Fighter 2. Each version of Street Fighter 2 just overwrites the previous one. So the last one was Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival, which is actually the GBA port of Super Turbo, and that one overwrites all other versions of Super Street Fighter 2. I don't know if Ultra Street Fighter 2 overwrites that or not. I don't think it does, just because the only characters they added were Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, and those characters don't actually exist in canon. So then the next tournament, chronologically, is Street Fighter 4, which is the Sin tournament, run by Seth. That one will take a while, because there are a lot of characters in Street Fighter 4. Not all of them may be directly related to the tournament, though. So, like, there are a few characters on here I think I would probably end up taking off, like the Capra and Oni. But I have them on there because they were in Street Fighter 4. Goken I don't think would be part of the tournament either. And then, the only other tournament in the Street Fighter series is Gil's tournament, which is Street Fighter 3. Actually, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. Third Strike actually takes place after Second Impact. Most of the characters have already... The tournament has already been decided by that point. Alex is the winner, if I remember correctly. There's no tournament in the Alpha series, and there's no tournament in Street Fighter 5. We actually only have to build teams for 4 games. Rules going forward. Each team has to consist of 3 characters. And characters are going to be restricted by region where applicable. Keyword there, where applicable. We're going to run into a lot of teams that won't make any sense as far as region is concerned. If you've ever played Fighting Street, or the original Street Fighter, all the characters are broken up into different teams that were of different countries. Japan, China, United States, England, and Thailand. And you had to play as Ryu and go through all those teams. So they all already sort of had that kind of team thing going. Street Fighter 1, Team Japan. And Team Japan is really easy. It's Ryu, Retsu, and Geki. Retsu and Geki are the 2 Japanese fighters you have to fight. Ryu is the main character. That team's done. Alright, so Team USA. There. Team USA. It's Ken, Joe, and Mike. Joe and Mike are the 2 USA characters you have to fight. Ken is another player character. Easy to slot that one in. Alright. Team Alright, so Team China, Gen and Li. We're out of characters. You can say Britain, England, whichever. It's Birdie and Eagle, and that's it so far. And Team Thailand. And Team Thailand is Adun and Sagat. Alright. So we got 3 teams that need 1 additional character. So, is there a character that we can dip down into in the Alpha series that would fit any of these roles? So we can't really do any of the dolls, right? Because they haven't really come into play yet. Chun Li would be really young if she was in Street Fighter 1. There are a handful of characters on here I don't recognize. We'll assume that this is what I think it's supposed to be, though, and that's Chun Li's dad. We do have some backstory on Chun Li's dad. Chun Li's dad, at some point, fights Bison and gets killed. So, that backstory's already filled in. It's a pretty easy add for Team China. And alternatively, we could go with somebody from Hong Kong, which means if we don't do that, if that's not Charlie's dad, or Chun Li's dad, we can go with Fei Long. Fei Long's from Hong Kong, China, depends on what time period you're talking, but that could also work. Alright, Team England. So, English characters, we only have 2, if I remember correctly. And that is Cammy, who isn't affiliated with England yet. Because remember, Cammy's a clone of Bison. So she's not affiliated with England right now. So Cammy's out. So the only other English character we have is Dudley. Now, we can go say this is Dudley's uncle or something. Or we can say it's a younger version of Dudley, which would kind of make sense. That actually fleshes out this team pretty well. The only thing that doesn't work is the fact that Dudley isn't a golf pun. Birdie, Eagle. We could say he went by Bogey when he was a kid. We can make an excuse for Dudley to be there, right? Alright, Team Thailand. So, off the wall suggestion, we just throw Bison on this team. We already know that he was going to recruit Sagat at some point. So, I mean, it's still Sagat's tournament. But maybe Bison jumps in as, you know, an alternate or an extra, just, you know, give his team a boost. You know, there aren't that many other Thailand characters that we can go with. Most of the other Shadowloo characters don't come until much later. And again, the dolls aren't really a thing yet. Like they're a work in progress right now. Cammy is a clone of Bison. We can't use Cammy. Recap. So, our Sagat tournament, Team Japan is Ryu, Retsu, and Geki. Team USA is Ken, Joe, and Mike. Team China would end up being Gen, Li, and either Fei Long or Chun Li's father, depending on what resources we have available. Birdie, Eagle, and a younger form of Dudley that goes by the nickname Bogey. And Team Thailand is Dictator / M. Bison, Vega, what have you, Adun, and Sagat. Alright, so this project took a lot longer than I was expecting, so we did it all in one live stream, but we're going to break it up into several smaller videos. So, if you want to see more, go ahead and hit like and subscribe so you know when the next part is going to come out, alright? So we got at least 4 parts, And some of it I'm going to have to re-record because I realized I missed a few things. So, follow if you're on Twitch. Check us out on Tuesday nights normally, or check my Twitter at Nyuuron319 to get updates. Check you soon.